Alright, so let's take a look at that black-white one rare deck I've got. Not sure how many of you are interested in it. I expect all of you that are trying to figure out how to take money out of the game, perhaps in your playing group, you've got somebody that's been collecting longer or just has more money so they can afford more quality cards. They just own more quality cards. And it might frustrate people that don't feel like they can keep up. Maybe your group doesn't like proxies, because some don't. It's a touchy subject. Counterfeits. Let's call them what they are. Counterfeits. Because if you're faking, well, then again, if we want to be precise, if you own a copy of the card and you have a fake of it, a counterfeit. If you already own a copy and you have one copy, the authentic in one deck, and the counterfeit in another, then that counterfeit is, by definition, a proxy. It is a proxy for the real card. It's just like proxy voting for a company. So you nominate somebody to be your proxy, and they will vote on your behalf the way you want them to. But counterfeits are just straight up fakes. So if you don't own any dual lands and you order some proxies from China, when those arrive to you, those will, by definition, be counterfeits. Even if you're not trying to play them off as a real thing, you're telling your friends, hey, look the quality. Look, this is a fake Chinese card, but doesn't look that bad. You flip it over, the back looks ugly and okay. But from the front, if you're trying to get it close to looking like a real card because you want it to look like an actual Magic card, it is still a counterfeit. So anyway, for whatever reason, where am I going to put this? Let's put this. Laura's here. Can you see her? Yeah, there we go. So for whatever reason, if you're trying to power down decks, if the bracket system still isn't doing the job that you want it to do, isn't putting people on even playing field, you might try something else. What the lads and I play with decided to try, at least 3 of us, but one of them stopped playing for a little while because, you know, he just needs a break. To go with one rare. Build a one rare deck. So you can have one rare or mythic rare. Typically that's going to be your commander, but it could be any card in your deck. For example, I can run Tatyova, and my one rare could be Oko, Thief of Crowns. I could do that. It's not what I chose to do, but it is within the rules. Another friend of mine, this guy from Slovakia, I got to meet him over the weekend, and what his group did is they said no card can cost over $1 US. They decided to go with dollar pricing. That being said, they're only talking about the baseline. So Terror, even revised like this one, is less than the dollar. But if you have got a beta one, go ahead, run it. What else? I'm trying to think of, so let's pick on Unburial Rights. I don't know how much it is. But I'm pretty sure the base non-foil Unburial Rights is less than $1. I'd bet $1 on it. The foil one is probably worth a little bit more, but let's say there's some super rare, incredibly beautiful Secret Lair version. You can run that. So they're not saying don't pimp your deck, they're just saying the baseline for all the cards in your deck, no card in your deck in its base configuration at near mint in English can cost more than $1. And that's interesting. That obviously that involves a lot of looking up. That is subject to fluctuation because let's say Terror 25 cents American, but let's say it enables some combo that's become popular in Modern. It enables something, it gets legacy attention and shoots up to $5. And you're not paying attention because you don't play those formats. Should you keep up on it to know if it changes? Or somebody going to say, "Gotcha, bitch," and tell you that this has gone up and you can't play it anymore because they don't like seeing it in your deck? Is that in the spirit of the game? I don't know how he's handling that. I think they're just playing and they're not bothering to look up what happens after. But it is something some groups would have to think about. But anyway, back to my group. What we decided to do, as I said, is make a one rare deck. And mine is Lurrus of the Dream Den. It was Niv Mizzet, the Fire Mind, but that's way too slow. Cube just fucking said, "I've got a Krinko. I've got some goblins. I will make mono red Krinko goblins." Bang! With all the impact tremors effects I could find at uncommon. It's fucking fast. Niv Mizzet won, I think, twice. Out of the dozen or so games we played, he won twice. One of them because I got the Curiosity combo on him when Cube had his shields down and couldn't kill Niv Mizzet. The other time I just got really lucky. Other than that, Niv Mizzet is not beating Krinko. It's just not going to happen. Lurrus, though. Lurrus can beat Krinko. It's still difficult. And since I know what Cube is playing, I'm going to take advantage of that. That's probably not fair. But you know what he bought for his Krinko deck when I was running Niv Mizzet? He showed them to me. He said, "I got some new cards I'm going to put in my deck." One of them was Red Elemental Blast. So he was going to do the same thing to me that I'm now doing to him with this black-white deck. So be it. What did I get to go against him? Well, I need some bigger creatures. I need some more beef on the field. So Cinder Vampire. 5 mana, 3 black for a 4/4 flyer. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Cinder Vampire this turn dies, put a +++ encounter on Cinder Vampire. So at uncommon common, this isn't too bad. I like the art. I wanted to get a revised copy, but Chernobyl didn't have any. And this one is pretty cool, and it's the Baron Singer lineage, I think. Meaning, okay, let's go with the lore. So Homelands. Baron Singer. Baron Singer is a 5/5 for 8 fucking mana that you can tap to generate another target vampire. Whenever he kills something, he gets a +2/+2 counter. Yeah, they had really weird counters back in those days. So the lore is, there was a duel between wizards. A Cinder Vampire was summoned and left on the plane of whatever the fuck the Homelands is called. Left on that plane after the duel ended, abandoned by the wizard that summoned him, and eventually became Baron Singer. So I'm not clear if the Singer are a clan of vampires, or if he's the progenitor and called himself. I'm really not clear on that. It's been a long time since I read the lore. Anyway, I got that. I got another land. Unfortunately, it comes to play tapped, but it does produce either of my colors. I would have liked a foil, but they did not have any. Orders of Charm. So black-white. Instantly choose one. Bounce target creature you control and all enchantments on it back to its owner's hand. Or destroy target creature card and you lose life equal to its toughness, or return a creature with CMC 1 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So this has pretty good versatility. Should work in this deck. Okay. Then I got this. Oh yes, I did. You're saying, oh no, you didn't. And I'm saying, oh yes, I did. Rule of law. Keep in mind, Cube is playing a mono-red Goblins deck. 3 and a white, enchantment. If a red source to deal damage to you, prevent 2 of the damage. Oh, you're attacking me with 20 1/1 goblins. I let them through. No blocks. No, I take no damage. I'm above such petty things. Until it's my turn and I get to return strike you, then we'll see about some petty things, won't we? Alright, so what am I going to take out for this? I mean, the land is pretty easy. That's not going to be too hard to figure out. Let's see. Let's just go with that. Where is that? Yeah. I'll take out the Vivid Meadow. I'll take out the other Vivid Land for another one of these later. Once I get another one. Which other one did I want? I think the bridge. There's a blue-white artifact land indestructible bridge from MH2, I believe. So I want to get one of those, but I want a foil, of course. But for the time being, I'll put this Guild Gate in there. So for Baron Singer, I kind of want to go creature for creature. Let's see. I can't remember if I already took. There are some cards that I had slated for removal, and I'm not sure if I already took them out or not. Oh, by the way, red can get rid of the Spear of Law, can get rid of Justice. So there's a red, I forget what it's called, but you destroy target permanent, and its controller reveals cards on the top of the library until they reveal a permanent that shares the same type and puts it into play. So I forget which creature I had. Cube killed it, so I got to flip over cards on the top of my library until I revealed a creature card, and I revealed Necrotal, which immediately killed his commander. So he wasn't happy with that, but he did it to himself, so I wasn't very sympathetic. Did I already take out those cards? Let's see. I probably already took out a few of them. So, because I did some changes and I wanted to get them done. So like Krovigan Vampire. Last time you saw the deck, Krovigan Vampire was not in there. But I had a few minutes before I was going to go play, and I, of course, forgotten to charge the battery of the camera, so I didn't get it on a video, those changes. But I'll put them in the deck list. So anyway, Krovigan Vampire. How does it compare to Singer? So they have the same mana cost. 3 black. Singer Vampire flies. Krovigan Vampire does not. So Singer Vampire, if you attack with him, unless they have a flying creature to block with, he's not going to kill anything if you're using him as a beater to attack. So you have to wait for them to attack you so you can kill something and make him bigger. Krovigan Vampire, he's down on the ground. He's not a 4/4 though, he's only a 3/3. But at the end of any turn in which he kills something, you get it. As long as he survives. So at the end of a turn in which a creature that was damaged by Krovigan Vampire and croaks, put it into play under your control. If you lose control of Krovigan Vampire, or if he leaves play, bury the creature. So, can create some memory issues. What I want to take out for the Cinder Vampire. I'm seeing if I have Child of Night still in this deck. I think I took her out for the Krovigan Vampire, because she was only a 2/1 lifelinker, and when we were playing, I didn't want to attack with her because she would just die. And when I got attacked, I didn't really want to block with her because she would just he was attacking me with 1/1s. And to lose my 2/1 lifelinker with the it just so she I really love the art on that version of Shadow of the Night, but I took her out because she just wasn't getting there in the deck. How many cards? Let me just count these cards real quick. 20, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 41, 42. The magic number, 42. 47. 47. 48, 49, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80. 90. I counted 98 cards. Did I forget something in the box? Or did I just miscount? It's more likely I miscounted, to be honest. Because, nope, there's nothing there, so I probably miscounted. Anyway, that doesn't make my job any easier. Let's just get to it. Let's just start pulling things out. So, I want to take out something for Singer Vampire. What do I want to take out for him? I could probably take out a land, because the deck is running, I believe I have 38 lands in here, and it's running pretty tight. Maybe I've got other lands here. Why don't I just count them? Probably because I'll miscount again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 30, 35 lands. I can't have just 35 lands, that would be insane. And I draw far more lands than that during the course of the game, so there must be some land shoved up in here that I'm not seeing. Oh, 36, 37, 38. Okay, so I do have 38 lands. So actually, if I take out a land, probably not going to be hurting myself that much if I've got 38. The reason I have 38 is because so many of them came into play tapped. I'm going to leave in the man lands because I just like having them. So they come into play tapped, and they're slow because of the activation cost. But this one becomes a 1/1 that you can regenerate for 1 black. That's not too bad. The white one becomes a 1/5 for 1 and a white. So that's not too bad. So if I take out a vivid land for a Singer Vampire, that's probably pretty good. And then when I get that bridge, then I can put the bridge in the deck in lieu of something else. So, making it more interesting to play, that's for sure. Alright, so there's my mana base. Now, I want to put in the Oars of Charm and the Sphere of Law. Here comes the hard part. What do I take out for that? What do I consider them as? Do I consider the Oars of Charm as removal because it can destroy a creature? Destroy target creature and you lose life equal to its toughness. So, if I focus on one of these, abilities, like the middle one, and I think of it as removal, then I can replace a removal card with the Aura of Charm and just look at it. It has extra utility. The question is, which removal card? Terror. But of course, Terror only costs 1 and a black. Aura of Charm costs black and white, which makes it more difficult to cast. And since Cube is playing a mono red deck, the restriction is meaningless. What about her? When she dies, I draw a card and lose 1 life. Yes, Luris can bring her back. But is she worth keeping in the deck? Is a 1/2. If he's attacking with a bunch of 1/1s, it's fair, because let me look at that. Let me look at all the creatures with 1 toughness. The ones that I don't want to block. He's got first strike, so fine. How many creatures do I have with 1 toughness? Yeah, I could. But I can embalm the cat. Need some early creatures. Maybe I'll keep the kitty. The little kitty. Let's see, what else? Yeah, it's a 1 rare deck. This is not a rare. It was printed as uncommon in Legends. Some people might see that as a violation of the spirit of the rules. I say the restriction is 1 rare. If the card was printed as uncommon at any point in the game's lifespan, then you could treat it as an uncommon. Sir Angel, for example, became a rare in 8th edition, I think it was, 10th. She's got some iterations as a rare, but she's mostly been an uncommon. So she's uncommon. This, most of its iterations are rare to mythic rare, but it hasn't been printed at uncommon, so land tax is therefore legal in your 1 rare deck. Well, she's only got 1 toughness, but I'm not going to block with her. No way. That's insane. Are you crazy? Why would I do that? Make a stand. Creatures control get +1/+0, gain indestructible till end of turn. Yeah, kind of need to save the team once in a while. Zealous Persecution. That's good removal for goblins. She was actually fun to play. I actually like her. Discard a card, flip her over, and she becomes a 3/2 flyer. Other than that, she's a 2/1. But all you have to do is discard a card. Just throw away a card and flip her over. She's a cheap little mama. What else have we got? What else can I take out for the charm and the sphere of law? What the fuck was it called? Blood Artist. Blood Artist does it for any creature, not just yours. This guy only does it for your creatures. When your creatures die, then he'll drain your opponents. He doesn't care what anybody else's creatures are doing. The reason I have in the Breathless Light is because my commander is Luris. So I can cast things once per turn for CMC 2 or less from a graveyard to play. Meaning Breathless Night, if I get him in play, and once a turn I'm casting something out of my graveyard, then he's slowly but reliably getting bigger and bigger and lifelinkier. See, there's Sir Angel. So what do I want to take out? Future Wire. The thing is, I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired. It's making the thought process harder to process. So, let me just take another quick look. Tell you what, I'm going to post the deck list. I will post the changes I made to the deck list, and I'm going to submit it for you, my beautiful viewers, my brothers in cardboard, to tell me what, if anything, you would take out of this deck to put in the Oars of Charm and the Sphere of Law. You know, help a brother out. Give me some ideas.